Hey there, and welcome to the It's All Good Mining channel. I'm Brian. I am your host for the day. And it's been a few days. Feels like it's been forever since we got started here. Made a couple of changes, added some, been tweaking on some cameras. It still looks like the overhead camera is blown out. Hopefully I'll keep working on it and we'll make improvements. But I wanted to work on, I wanted to work on this board because this board has been waiting for me, right? I mean, it's just been there. Uh-oh. Well, darn it. Let's go. I see something I should have checked out before I got going here. Give me just a second. This is the benefit or the wonders of live. It seems like my camera. There we go. It just needed. There we go. Now we got the volts and amps on my power supply are working. My digital multimeter is down there. Let me show you some things real quick. A couple of changes that I made. We're going to try it out today. My hot air station now is down here. The replacement Xtronic 8000 series, which this has the tweezers and then the other soldering iron. I moved it up here, and then my soldering iron that I use all the time is just a little bit closer to me. But what I was trying to do is get rid of all the hoses and stuff that were in here. Even with the replacement camera that I put in for this view, it didn't work well when the stuff was up here. So we'll see how this works. We'll play with it. I've got some color correction stuff I'm going to be doing in the next couple of days. I'll work on getting the focus better because it looks like my focus is okay here, but it's terrible over here. All right, hold on a second. I forgot to plug the hot air station in. I can tell you right now, if I don't have the hot air station plugged in, we're not going to be doing many repairs today. So I'm going to hop underneath and plug it in. There we go. I heard it beep. Awesome. Cool. There we go. Now you can see the lights have come on. I'll move this out of the way so you can see it. I'm going to set it down to my preferred settings for taking a chip off, which is 420 on the temp. That's 420C. And I run my air at 60 for taking chips off. That's 60 out of 120, so it's about 50%. Okay. Let's see. I got that running. Let's get into it. Flip over to my overhead, and darn it. Okay, so this is a S17 plus board, and push this out of the way. Pull down my thing here. Okay. Put the tester in place. Oh yeah, I've got let's go to the overhead. There we go. There you go. I'll turn the microscope off for right now. Cool. Maybe I need to find something else for that. Ooh. Okay, I've got to figure something out for that glare. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and run. If you'll look down there on the bottom right-hand side, let me tell it to connect to it. Good. Okay, now we're connected. Now you'll see as I run the test, you'll notice that what you'll probably notice is that it's going to start pulling amps. So let's go ahead and see what happens when I run it. Sure enough, the amperage jumps up, and we got 0 chips. Now, according to my notes from the other day, we lose on the 11th domain. So that's 13, 12, 11. If we check that one, let me flip this over. If we check that one, we do not have, we've only got 0.4 volts. Whereas if I check the 10th domain, we got 1.7, 1.8. That's what you're supposed to have, 1.798 or 1.8. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix this. And as my notes say, we start, if I go all the way down here, and I check, I got 1.8 at the beginning, but if I check on the other side of the chip, ooh, that's interesting. Didn't have that before. Oh, okay. So let me get my sharp tip there. Okay. All right, so it looks like we lose it. Okay, yeah, so my notes tell me that I lose the 0.8 going through chip 55, and I lose the 1.8 volt coming through chip 54. No, I'm sorry, 53. So this is 53. Okay, yeah, see, it drops down there. So this chip, these chips are suspect. So, oh, hey, look at that. Woo! After fidgeting with it, I caused it to show up. So we got through 52. So that's 51, that's 52. And we got through those two before it freaked out. So we're going to resolder these three chips. And let me show you this. Let me turn the microscope back on. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I did. Put in a new USB card. And that USB card definitely made things better for the less lagginess. Let me flip over to my microscope. Boy, that is not bright at all. Okay. So let's see. This is 53. Let me see. Let me find 53. There's 53. Okay, so right off the bat, see, I need to. I don't know how much. I'm only going to stream for an hour today because I've got to go pick somebody up from band practice. And let me see. I mean, this just looks terrible. I don't know if you can see this, but whoever did this repair, that right there, oh my gosh, let's still a little bit of lag in my camera. This looks terrible. So we're going to take this off. We're going to reflow this chip. We're going to see what happens when I'm just going to reflow 53, 54, and 55. We're going to start there. So let's get that going. 50, 55, 54. I'm writing down my notes for what I'm going to do here. Because they're just so badly placed that, and there's solder balls. These things are a mess. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I did a better job of. Let's take a second. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Not sure why the auto white balance is happening. I thought I disabled that. Let me see if I can fix the focus though, because that. All right. Well, I will I'll continue to work on my microscope cam. All right. Anyway, let's go to overhead. for now. I got my brush. I'm gonna really give it a good brushing. I'm gonna try to get rid of that. Just let me pop in real quick. Let's see. Yeah, you can see me over there on the right. There is a nasty solder ball right there. I really probably should have put this in the ultrasonic. Goodness gracious. Oh yeah, this is fun. We've got a chip right there I gotta fix. That's probably also causing issues. Okay, so let's fix a couple of different things. Obviously, take off the power. Make sure I don't short things out. Turn off my fan. Disconnect this guy. Okay. So you can see it in my top camera there, or in my bench cam, right? So I'm gonna hang this off. Turn that down until we're ready to use it again. So I need to work on these three right here. Let's see, these three right here. I wish that this camera, tell you what, let's fix this camera. Let's go overhead real quick. And let's zoom this camera in. All right, nothing like doing it, making changes on the fly live, right? Okay. Okay. Modify that. All right, maybe that's better. Lighting is still kind of rough. Let's fix the focus. Wow. That's better for focus. Let's see if I can knock it down just a little bit so it's less glary, maybe. Okay. Good enough for now. I'll keep working on this. All right. I want to scream because my camera is backwards. Bet y'all didn't see that. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, edit, transform, flip, vertical? Nope. Undo. Flip horizontal. Yes. Yes. Okay, my hands come from the right end. My brush is on the right side. Okay. Whew. So much fun. Okay, lock that puppy back down. There we go. All right. I'm gonna grab my toothbrush cleaner. It's a Philips Sonic Care. And I'm going to spray a little bit on here. I turned off my cooling fan because I don't want to blow stuff. All right, let's just give it a real quick cleaning. The other thing to do is put a little bit of alcohol on my toothbrush. Put my hand over it at first. All right, it really is that simple. FYI, don't put your finger right there in that little crack. If you do, well, it hurts. Doesn't feel good at all. Okay. There we go. All right, so All right, let's see how that looks. Let's give it. All right, I don't even need to. Still a little bit laggy. Huh. All right, okay, so if you look there in the microscope window on the right. All right, that looks better, I think. Still a little bit cruddy. But man, that is going to be a lot easier to work on. And I can tell you right now, after looking at this, that I'm going to have to. Oh, that's not. I cleaned the wrong chips. This is 46. That's 47. So what chips I need to clean are right next door to here, because there's the one with the resistor all screwed up. All right, well, easy enough. Let me clean those. Clean them the same way we just cleaned the other ones. Put my hand over there first. So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to fix that one resistor. We're going to clean that up. So I'm curious. Doesn't look like if you're watching this while I'm live, put something in the chat. That'd be cool. Got this cool little chat window that's empty right now. All right. Let's go look and see what we got here. Wow. Okay. What's that look like? Okay, that is much cleaner. I can work with that. Golly. I wonder what I'm going to see if I pull those up. All right, we got to fix. Got to fix that little guy right there. How about I do this? Microscope, is that better? Okay. So we got to fix this little guy just outside of my, there it is. Okay. Crazy laggy when I put it on this screen. Anyway, got to fix this resistor, and I'm going to reflow this chip right here as well, because it looks ugly. I bet if we do that, I bet we are so close to getting some Asics to show up in the tester. All right, let's do it. All right, so what I do when I reflow and solder, slide my keyboard in, I pull my fan to the edge. I've got a nice 4-pound weight, big old hunk of metal there. And I'm just going to try to get it where I can do all of them at one time. Now, because I'm not going to take these off, I'm just going to readjust them. I like soldering everything underneath the microscope, so I'm going to get my microscope in place. And I'm working on that one. I'm going to put a little mark there. This way I know, just when I'm looking in the microscope, I know I'm looking at the right one. Get this ready to go. Okay. Yeah, this kind of thing, crazy crooked. Let's see, can you see that on screen? Yeah, so you can see it's not even lined up well, so I'm going to adjust so we can see better. All right. Got that, I've got that. All right, we're just gonna try to reflow these. Add a little solder. I find when I'm doing this that it's just, if I just heat the tip up a little bit, this MG chemical solder flows better. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the one that needs this guy needs a heatsink put on the bottom. All right, well, we'll do that too. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. And we're going to do this all in an hour. So now we've got less time because I've been yapping this whole time. All right, so anyway. Just giving it a little bit of a tap, moving it around. I feel like we're probably going to have to completely reflow this one. Based on what I see there. Okay. I'll go ahead and turn on my soldering iron. And we'll go ahead and, while working on chip 55, we'll go ahead and fix it. So let me flip over to the microscope. And what I'm talking about here is when I'm looking at this, I'm just really trying to reflow this chip first to see if it's going to work. But you can see, let's go zoom in, fix the focus. See, these pads right here don't have much solder. So I'm going to put some solder on those pads. Add a little bit of that. Good, good, good. All right. Now, you can see me in the little cam there. Okay, good. Goodness gracious. Everything's tangled up here. All right. All right, so let's see. I'm going to zoom back out a little because I don't need to work that tight. And okay, so all I'm going to do, my tip's nice and clean. Okay, I'm just going to put it in there. Just give it a little bit. I'm trying not to touch the actual chip, but just touch the pads, right? Let's see what the other side looks like. Other side could use a little bit of love too. So I'll just put a little bit of flux down there. Flux is your friend. Okay, gonna clean my tip off. Now this may not work, but I'm trying to just see if I can. Okay, I'll turn that camera or the microscope a little bit. First time I ever saw this done was CHR miner, crypto miner. Did this, and it was pretty cool. I think he did it with some L3s or S9s that you can do it with any of the chips. It is basically just giving yourself a little bit more solder on the pads. You gotta just make sure when you're doing it that you don't bump into the. Make sure you don't bump into the resistors, right? Because that would be bad. Okay, cool. All right, now that I've done that, now let me add a little bit of heat back to it. This time I'll let y'all see what's going on from the microscope version. Now this does not have the heatsink underneath, so it's a little bit easier to heat up. solder. You can see the solder flowing on top of the chip. All right, there we go. I just wanted to help let the solder get sucked up underneath. Hopefully that should take care of the 0.8 volt problem that we had. Okay, now I'll go ahead and give it a little bit of cooling time. Just a little bit outside of camera there. You darn it if you can see it anywhere. See, can you see it on my bench? Let's see. Nope, you can't see it because I've got it just outside the frame. Anyway, I got a little cooler. Cool. All right, great. Now I still got my hot air. Just I have it in my hand, right? So okay, I do like that since I moved it. I don't have to throw it around my neck. That's kind of nice. Okay, let's get this next one fixed. This is 54. And if I zoom in on it, let's kind of adjust the focus for you. You'll notice that you can't even see the white line there. It's way. Let me bump come on. There you go. See how much of a gap we got on the backside there of the chip? That's terrible. So let me get that thing taken now. And this has also got the little chip here. I haven't checked that resistance level. Let's just check that real quick. Because I don't know much about this board. Okay. Okay, should be 33 ohms. Okay, so we just need to reseat that and that'll be good. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing I did a minute ago. I'm going to flux the chip. And while I'm at it, I'm going to flux that resistor because we're going to sink that resistor back in. I want to add a little bit more solder. So clean it first. Try not to burn my leads. There we go. Nice clean tip. Crash, boom, bam. All right. And then I just roll in here. See, that stood up while I did that, so yeah, that's okay. It flipped over. We'll flip it with the hot air. Second, okay, I've got some more solder there. Now then, for the sake of video, I'm going to leave everything in place and I'm going to solder left-handed. That's always fun. Well, I'm just making a mess because, yep. There's one. There's another. I pulled off 2 resistors that go right there. Okay. See if I can, do I get just 2? Okay, yep, okay. What's that old phrase? You either take the time to do it right or make the time to do it again. Okay. All right. Okay, well. I feel like I need to fix my camera. All right, let's just adjust this. This is gonna be jumpy. Let's see what happens. Sorry for the wiggly. There you go. Hey, how about that? You can see, and you can also see I got my spiffy shredder there. All right. Cool thing about those 2 resistors that I took off, I think it's better in the microscope cam. Yeah. So this is the adjacent chip, and if you'll notice, this chip's got 2. It's got here and here. The first 2 are left out, so we'll fix the one I messed up. Let's go grab those little chips just outside of your view. And I'll put them into place. Right there. And right here. I think these are both 33 ohms. I got a spreadsheet that tells me for sure. But we're gonna we'll test them with a meter after I put them on. And we're gonna fix that one real quick. Okay, so when I'm fixing, I do the little stuff on 350, and there we go, that's better for you. And 40, so 350 degrees C and 40 on the flow. What the heck? I feel like it's lacking in solder. Okay. So when I feel like I'm running low on solder, like I should have like prepped the pad beforehand. I'll put a little bit of solder on the tip. Tell you. All right, let's do this. We're going to turn the other soldering iron on. And I'm going to grab that guy right there because I'm just not having a good day. Put that solder iron up there, bring this one down here, wait for it to get hot. Good thing about this is it gets hot pretty fast. Meanwhile, see if I can work on this one. Feel like I need to just take that off. There we go. Okay, pretty. Pretty. All right. The other iron is up to temperature. Let's grab. Oh my gosh. I've got to figure out a way to like set things where they don't fall off. Okay. Move things around and now everything's in my way. Okay. Let's see if that works. Let's get the meter out. Okay, the meter is tested. There. $33. The next one over is 33, hopefully. $33. Let's move over to our neighbor. 33. 33, yep. And then we'll go check this guy on that I put on there. 33, and just to double check, make sure the exit resistor on this side is. I can tell you by looking at these that these have all been messed with. Let's put a little bit of flux on that. Just tap it. Okay. All right, now let's get back on track, shall we? So this guy needs to be reflowed. Okay. Let's do it to it. Oh, set it back to my preset number 3. As you can see, let's see, can I get the focus better? Yeah, I can get the focus better for you. Okay. Hopefully, we'll see how that works. Okay. Sometimes yanking the chip off is not necessarily the first solution. Although in this particular case, I think that just think the chip was installed wrong. I was waiting to get the chip up to temperature. Okay, now I can move the chip a little bit. Not quite there. Oh, moved it too much. It finally released, and boy, when it released, it went. Okay, so I'm just getting the chip kind of back into place where I want it. Okay, there we go. That looks better. Just gonna hang my soldering air station off, turn on the fan for a little bit, and reach over and grab my Now I'm cooling this one from the bottom with my handy dandy air fan. Just because I know there's a heatsink on the bottom of this chip. So it's just a better way to suck the heat out real quick. A little bit on top. Cool. All right, while we're at it, let me reposition this one. Okay, last chip that we're going to reflow. This one, I think if we just add some flux to it, let's just do it. Turn my fan off, my cooling fan off. There we go. Heat it from the bottom side. Here we go. If you've watched any of the Russian videos, this is how they do it. That's the way I prefer to do it. I just feel like I've got more control. I tend to knock less stuff off the board normally. Oh, there we go. Can you see that? How it just, yeah, it got all loosed up there. Good. All right, solder's getting all flowy. Okay, just a second more. It looks like we're missing some. Okay, yep, chip's getting wiggly. Okay, good, good, good. Gonna move that chip over just a little bit. All right, yep, I like it. Okay, I just adjusted it a little bit. Didn't go far with this one. Okay, turn on that fan. Play Houdini here as I crisscross stuff around. Put on my cooling fan. All right, I've got about 12 minutes left. Whew. All right, hey, while we're at it, let me show you the spiffy thing I did. Darn, it doesn't work. Well, how unspiffy is that? If you like what you see here, smash that like button for me, and I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you know when I go live the next time. Or maybe I'll just put out a video and you'll get a notice about that. The nice thing is, you know, YouTube does all that for me, so it's not like I'm going to spam you or anything. So it's all good. It just does help the channel when you hit the subscribe button. Liking the video helps other people to see the content as well. All right, so I got my cooling fan going high speed there. Looking at my little noise meter, I don't think you can actually hear it, except for maybe when I'm yapping. Put these up here out of the way. Put that one back down there. because I don't think I'm going to be doing much more soldering. Okay. Normally I would take the flux, clear the flux out, but I have a hunch that I'm probably going to have to pull one or more of those chips. Okay, just waiting for it to cool off a little bit. All right. I have not gotten into testing the diode values on this board yet or anything. So let's do that. For the benefit of the camera, kind of knock down the glare a little bit. Oh man, you know what? Well, it'll be okay. We're just testing to get, so we're missing all three. So we're missing the very three that we're working on. We're also missing this one. So probably not online, not during the video, but afterwards, I'll put these back on. All right, let's see how we're doing on cooling. Okay, it's good enough. All right, so we've got what we need. Let's see what happens. Hit the go button. All right, still have 0 Asics. We're pulling that. Let me flip over to the voltmeter. Let me see if I even made any. Did I make any difference, right? So, because if it didn't do anything good. Okay, 1.8, 7.9, 1.8, okay. Let's see, did I fix this? I did not fix that, so. Okay, that was the problem. Okay, so we're not flowing it through. So, all right, that means the next step is to actually pull 55. We'll pull 55 and see what happens. All right. How much time do I have left? I got 8 minutes. We can do this. Come on. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right. Turn the fan off. I'm gonna go ahead and put the heat sinks on. Yeah. Put the heat sink on. Now this is one of those things where I set the block underneath, like so. Get my Q-tip. See if we can get this ugly, nasty looking stuff off of here. All right, so now that I've gotten it off pretty much, now I'm going to put a little bit of flux on there. Okay, and for this part, I'm going to go back under the microscope. Let's go to microscope mode, zoom way out. All right, well, let's see, we're on the middle one. Let's come down to 55. Cool. And clean my tip off. Find my piece of solder there. Okay. Just gonna move it around, add a little bit of solder. I just want to get, make sure that we've got plenty of solder. There we go, got a little bit of a glob there. Cool. Let's go to the next one here. Same thing. A little bit of solder on my tip. I get that copper covered with some fresh solder. A little bit more solder on there. Okay. Cool. And then this one. So this is 53. All right, good, good, good. All right, cool. So now we need to find, so what are y'all looking at? Yeah, okay, you can see me on the right-hand side. I got it. Let's go over to the overhead real quick. So I need to find heat sinks that will fit in the right spot. Well, okay, so what I need are the little bitty guys. Those. Need 2 of those, and I need 1 of these. Okay, cool. Flip these over. These over, get my alcohol swab wherever it went. Put my small tweezers back up out of the way. Ah, here we go. All right. Now, there's already solder on here, so I don't really have to worry about putting more solder back on. And, all right, so what I'm going to do, start with the biggest one. Put a little bit of flux in there. When I'm doing this, I like the MG chemicals because it's thicker. It's thicker and it just sits better. So, all right, and then I look underneath the microscope, make sure that kind of get it lined up with its neighbors. Cool, cool, cool. Don't want to go too far, because if you go too far, then you'll cover up those test points, which occasionally I need. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. All right. I'd like to get a camera that angles right down. Let me turn the light down. I'd like to get a camera that I could angle in so you could see it in that direction. I just don't have that camera right now, so we'll make the best with what we got. We'll put the heat sink or the heater right on top of it. And what I'm looking for is when it gets up to temperature, sometimes I even run this at 460. The heatsink will just settle down on the board. Just like that. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you couldn't really see it from there because you need to see you need to see the angle. But now I should be able to check it. And I can just tap lightly. I mean, I'm just ever so gently tapping, kind of scraping, and it's perfect. Good. Let's do the next one, because I've got to get out of here pretty soon. So I line myself up. If you want to watch the real pros do this, go watch Decentral. Those guys are incredible. Okay. There it is, folks. That's my alarm telling me I gotta go. All right, we're gonna do this one because I want to finish this out. Okay, so same thing. Now remember, these smaller heat sinks don't take as much heat to get them to settle down. And boom, just like that. It's amazing. You just watch them fall. Okay. Last one. Fortunately, it's not far to the practice site. And also, fortunately, it's not in my garage. He is not in a garage band. Yet. All right. Okay, so that's that one. Okay. Apply the heat. Okay, and there goes, it just dropped. That really is it. That's all there is to putting those things back on. It's super simple. I don't know. Is the overhead better? What do you think? What's better for doing that? Is it the overhead? Anyway, just lightly tap them, make sure that I didn't. All right. Like I said before, if you like this content, please, by all means, give me a like, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to be notified when I go live or I post a new video, be sure to click the notification bell. I'm going to go play chauffeur, and when I get back, I'll put on this heatsink, and maybe if I can, I'll go live another time today. We'll get a 2 for. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.